Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to World of Tanks Blitz. We're here going to be doing a review of the VAE Type B, which is the Tier 2 Chinese light tank, researchable from the tech tree. And it's not a particularly bad tank. I do rather enjoy it. It is a bit like, I don't have one, but a T26. It's basically a T26 with a 40mm Bofors, which is a theme you will notice with the Chinese tanks up to Tier 7, which is that they're all basically copies from other countries due to lens-lease and whatnot. So this is actually based off of a Vickers design, hence why it's called the Vickers. Well, VAE. It's based off of a Vickers light tank. And it's basically got a T26 sort of turret with a 40mm pom-pom in it, which is not a bad gun. So looking at it, 7% protection, 14% firepower, 19% shot effectiveness, and 52% maneuverability, which is not bad stats if you compare it to, for example, a Light 6, which has got 3% protection, 25% firepower, 6% shot effectiveness, and 53% maneuverability. So it's got the same sort of maneuverability as a Light 6, which is something rather maneuverable. So it starting off with 320 HP is a decent enough amount. 300 for the Light 6. The Cruiser 1 has got 300. Panzer 2 has got 320. And the T7 combat car has got 290. So it's got a decent amount of HP. However, the armour is not that great. 12mm frontal hull, side and rear armour, and the turret 30 at the front but only 15 at the sides and rear. So it's not very well armoured at all. Yeah, it just does not have much armour. Everything and anything will go through you, even autocannons, Light 6s and T7s, and anything with machine guns will tear right through you, deal a bunch of damage to your armour because you have got none. You've got 30 at the front of the turret, but even so, it's not that great. You will still be able to penetrate the front of the turret fairly easily, and generally you just can't take a hit in this thing, which is a problem with all of the low tier tanks. So it's not like it's going to be a major problem because everyone else will also have absolutely terrible armour. With regards to some exceptions such as the French tanks, the 38H and the T18, but mostly things will just go straight through your armour. But it only weighs 7.29 tons with a 100 horsepower engine, which means that it does have a 35 km/h top speed. It's got a 55 degrees per second hull traverse and a 44.8 degrees per second turret traverse, which is not bad at all. It's a mobile little tank. It's got a decent power to weight ratio. The traverse is very good, as is the turret traverse, so it's rather mobile. It's decent maneuverability. As for the engine, it only gets the one engine, which is the engine Franklin, 20% chance off iron impacts. There's the suspension, it has a 10-ton load limit, so not too bad. And of course the turret, which is the upgraded T26 model 1936. The original one is the Vickers VAE Type B. So yeah, it's got no armour anyway on that lower turret, but even so, even with the T26 turret, it's still not that great. But then we come to the gun, and you've got a choice of two top guns really. You've got this gun, which is the 40mm pom-pom, which is something that you've seen on all of the other low-tier British tanks. But then you've also got the 45mm 20K, which is the Russian 45mm, obviously. So let's look at the 40mm first, because it's got the magazine damage. So it has 3 shells on the magazine, as per normal, 0.63 seconds in between each shell loading into the magazine, and an 8.16 total reload time. It gets 49 average pen with AP, 71 with APCR, and 23 with HE. So yeah, HE is comparative. You could use it really out of this gun if you wanted. Average damage for the AP is 45, 40 for APCR, and 60 with HE. It's fairly inaccurate, however, with 0.42 dispersion at 100 meters, and it does have a 4.8 second aim time, which, although it's not particularly great aim time, it's not particularly that worse aim time. And the comparative is, of course, the 45 millimeter 20K, which has got a technically lower rate of fire, but it is more constant, with 51 average pen, which is 2 extra pen with AP, 88 with APCR, and 23 with HE, because it's sort of basically the same size round. It does, however, get better damage, better average damage, with 55 average with AP, 48 with APCR, and 75 with HE. It's more inaccurate and has a longer reload and has a longer aim time, rather, with a 0.43 dispersion and a 5.9 second aim time. It's a really slow aim time. And yeah, slightly worse dispersion. But it's a choice of whether or not you want the quick magazine damage, or whether you want the more constant, slightly higher average pen and average damage. So yeah, they're the two choices of guns. You've got slightly less pen and damage, but with the magazine, and slightly better accuracy and aim time, or whether you want the more inaccurate but better penetration slightly, and the slightly higher average damage and more constant damage flow of the 45. I've gone with the pom-pom because, well, the magazine damage, isn't it? And for this gun you do carry 160 rounds, of which you can change up how you wish. As for provisions, standard fuel, 3% to engine power and turret traverse, and then you've got standard combat rations for 3% to crew mastery, and then you've got protective kit, 15% to protection of crew from injuries, 10% speed and module repair, 20% fire protection, and 10% ammo and fuel tank durability, so you can go ahead and mount them if you so wished on your low tier tank. As for consumables, you've got your standard repair, first aid, fire extinguisher. Then you've got engine power boost, 20% to engine power for 15 seconds, with a 75-second cooldown, and then the multi-purpose restoration pack, which is those three things rolled into one. So you can go ahead and mount them if you wish. As for equipment loadouts, you've got improved vents because you can mount the autocannon, or you've got calibrated shells. I would say improved vents because it gives a buff to everything, really. The calibrated shells might be nice, but really you're only looking at 2, maybe 3 more millimeters of penetration with your AP, which is not really enough. So definitely improved vents is going to be the better choice for you. Then you've got improved modules or defense system, and I would say the improved modules, just because you don't have a front-mounted engine, so you're not likely to have more engine damage, and really the bonus, the bonus durability of those modules is really beneficial, so I would say improved modules. Then definitely coated optics, because it's low tiers, things move quickly, you want to keep up, you're not a sniper, you're not a tank destroyer, so you don't need the camanet, so I would say coated optics. Then you've got supercharge or enhanced gun lane drive, and I would say enhanced gun lane drive, really. Get the aim time down to a slightly better 4.4 seconds, which is decent. So yeah, I would say that. Although supercharge is nice to have, I would say enhanced gun lane drive is going to be more useful. Definitely enhanced armor. No, sorry, not enhanced armor. What am I saying? Definitely improved assembly, which is what I thought I clicked on. Improved assembly for 20 extra HP, definitely going to be more important than enhanced armor, because 4% to 12 is not going to stop an autocannon round. It's not going to stop a machine gun round. So yeah, definitely not enhanced armor. Definitely improved assembly. This is what you want to go with. Then I would say engine accelerator. Better power to weight, gives you 5 extra horsepowers, slightly higher traverse speed as well, but mostly for the power to weight and all that. I would say that because you don't need 61 degrees per second of hull traverse, you don't really. Then definitely refined gun, get it down to 0.38. It's still fairly inaccurate, but it's still a lot better than 0.42, which is what it is without it, so definitely refined gun. Then I would say enhanced tracks, but then it really is your choice between those two and your choice of whatever the hell those two things are. So overall, it's a decent tank, it's very fun. The pom-pom can tear through enemies, and yeah, overall it's just a really fun tank to play. It's got good damage output, it's got a decent selection of top guns. The armor's terrible, but the mobility is very good. Also, I have a crate toy. I get some spare parts. Fantastic. Thank you very much. And yeah, it's just a decent tank, so thank you for watching, and goodbye.